know your shocks. What I'm saying, every assignment has shocks. Leadership. I mean shock absorbers. Leadership, family, marketplace, ministry, relationship. Financial things, emotional things, whatever spiritual, whatever you have shock absorbers for that assignment. And how does yours bounce? You know, it bounces different ways. So you must realize that every assignment has has shocks. And many leaders do not fail because they lack a calling. They fail because their inner systems cannot absorb the shocks attached to their assignment. Their inner systems can absorb the shocks attached. Each assignment has got a shock. And all these people go out, leaders, you go out of your assignment. I was in a place, in a hospital that I said before, that I shouldn't have been. It was out of my assignment. People are taking us, that man of God, why did he go that God, God? You don't know what God told him. If I'd gone there, I'd say, this man was so love God. Oh, he was in deliverance. He was the most important person in deliverance. So, I was so faithful in deliverance. People were coming far away and they were casting out devils all day. God, why that your Sabbath? But God told me to get out of there. But if I say no, I'm not gonna go. I'm not, I'm gonna fight. So, is it your father's business? So sometimes we go out of our assignment, and sometimes they miss maintenance appointments. This is a checkup, for instance, for some of you. And you need this checkup to recalibrate where you're going. There's a master class. No, what can you tell me? The doctor, what's he going to tell me? I don't. They miss the appointment, and you cannot carry a major assignment with an undeveloped or defective inner system. You cannot carry the major assignment with an undeveloped or defective system. As we start to close today, we don't celebrate or glorify abuse, evil, or trauma. We don't say, oh, you know what, wonderful. We don't do that. We don't romanticize pain. We don't, but we honor God with what He builds in us through what tried to break us. So when that spring was on the fire, this fire is breaking us. No, it's making it a spring, a call for your suspension. So we honor God with that truck. Look what the Lord has done. So what have you been through? Are you going to become a lovely pen? Some pens are very expensive. A Mont Blanc, they're quite expensive. Or are you going to honor God? Are you going to make that truck that can make money by going up and down, all around North America, all around Europe, making money, freighting goods up and down from that pressure that they received? Are you going to have this fast car that can take in any car? Or this posh SUV like a Cullinan, or maybe like a Range Rover, or like the Bentiaga or something. What are you? Are you going to allow God to fabricate that into you, make you that brave stuff because of what you've allowed to happen to you? You can honor God, what He has built in us through what tried to break us, because the springs of those cars went through problems. They were tested and tested. See, your trauma is not your destination. It's not your identity. It's not. It doesn't make you. It's not your endpoint. Your scar can become wisdom, compassion, authority and service to others. You can be able to serve others by the power that comes from your pain. You are a suffering savior. Remember, we talked about keys earlier on. We talked about this truck. We talked about this woman who was now a five-star general. We talked about having letting the past go. And we talked about how you have to. It's all we talked about today, actually. And God called me at 4 o'clock and God gave me the three keys. Let the past go. You know, you know, Recreate your internal processing so that whatever comes at you from the past or from around you, it doesn't get to you. And then I talked about how you must accept the Creator's work in you. We talked about the woman who has scars, who have been betrayed and crushed and broken and let that happen. Talk about the car. And these are the skills that God says I should talk to you about to help you understand that you are special. And this will help you to build resilience. Because I know how complex these things are, and maybe some parts you say, I struggle, I can do them. We created a special course for you. It's a 5-week course. And it shows 10 ways how people get better, wiser, and stronger. So it's deeper than what we just been for today, but for 5 weeks. We're gonna do it over 5 weeks, starting from June the 20th. We're gonna talk about it's for people who want to go deeper, than just this masterclass. You learn how to build a personal system of resilience. How do I build the system myself based on those things that God talk to us? How do I get the thoughts that strengthen me? How do I get strong so that my inner circle is strengthened? How do I focus on vision, not obstacles? I want to go. I've got my hopes, but there's obstacles. As obstacles. I want Pastor Tim that, well, where we are, people don't give money, so we can't make it, and all that. That's God does. The money doesn't have to come from people that are your church. You can start a business. You can start a farm. You can start to help people. Start to what can when you help people, the money will come, not from them, but from other ways. But once you have the thought that, what, I can create wealth, because if you're a pastor and you have people around you who are poor, then you have to figure out how to get wealth through things that you do, not to the people, but think about what you can do. What are you good at? What else can you do? What can you channel? Can you kind of buy maybe buy some bikes or some taxis and let those who don't have work drive them, and then that gives the church some money. They also get money to feed, and of course they also send returns onto you. Are you gonna start a farm and get them to farm, and they get paid while farming, and then you sell the produce, and then you have money to help the church, and you know it's not take. What can you give? Because in giving the people stuff, it will come back to you when you build them up. And maybe not even from them, but when you honor them and you help them, it will come from everywhere. So you focus on the vision, not the obstacles. What did they have mind there? No, no, forget about that. What is your vision? Control the controllable and rally all your resources. You close your growth and energy gaps and know when to grit. As I said before, know when to grit and when to quit. That's something that I had to learn. When do I quit? But even on people also, when do I say, okay, that's it? That's it. I remember one lady, this is the last story, and then we close. One lady in my church in UK who does some pretty nasty things, and she was, you know, and I had to step down and stop ministering in church. And people say, what happened? I don't know, ask Pastor. I don't know what I did. So she was putting it back on me. And then later, she left the church, and she had a boy who was about the same age as my son then. And that was years ago, and I felt sorry for her. So I went back to go and look for her. How you doing? And pray with her, restored her back, come back to church. Duh, 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 duh. Bad mistake. One of the worst mistakes in my whole career as a man of God. I should never have restored her. Ooh. I should have just when she went away, I should have let her quit. Sometimes when people walk away, it's good for you. People say, I'm gonna leave the church. Maybe it's good for you, Pastor. Let him go. Pour your life, be kind, be nice, but say, I'm gonna leave, then it's okay. You don't have to you have to focus on people who are called and who will stay. Make sure you love them, care for them, feed them, support them, lift them up, help them to get financially secure, push them forward, and all that, and trust God for the breakthrough. So we because of that, this course we have, it's 10 ways how people get wiser and stronger and get better. And it's going to go through a lot of things. We will know how to build inner strength, know how to get wisdom, how to overcome pressures of life, how to correct and grow, how to lead with a lot of courage. So you're not afraid to lead, how to build resilience. Resilience is how you bounce back from problems. I'm going to use some of John Maxwell's material, and one by a lady called Valerie Burton. She wrote a book about resilience also, a great book. She actually heads the coaching group in John Maxwell. So I use content. We have a lot of content that we have made ourselves. So we have lots of content and books and all that we have made ourselves. So we'll have the program for you. It's not going to be free, but it talks about. Before I talk about that, let me talk about one thing. You have to know what's called intentionality. Today you come here, you're intentional. You say that I want to understand what he's talking about. Nothing happens by accident. Today, you must get home and say, what do I want to achieve in my life? Where do I want to go? Who do I want to be? If you don't have a target, you get nowhere, which is where you're going to get to. But if you have a dream, up the dream, up it again, then go for it. If you don't get there, at least you get here. Don't have these little dreams. Have a big dream. Say, what is your vision? Don't tell me little cheap things. What are you made to be? Are you made to be the go-to person in creative arts? You're the one everybody knocks on the door for. As a man thinks, so is he. What are your thought processes? People are making money on YouTube now who are doing stupid things on YouTube. Can you do better than them? People are doing. I tell you a story about a lady that I just spoke to. One of who had they have her father is in a home care home, and they pay a lady. Can't remember they paid her $30, whatever it is, per hour to go and just check on their dad every day. Just pay that money to go and check on their dad. The dad has got carers already in a care home, but they don't like they're not sure. So this woman is a support to grant. It's $30 when she goes every day to go and check her. She also has all the people in the building that she checks. And I thought, so wait a minute. So if it's $30 an hour this for a day, and she does that even 20 days a month or 30 days a month, maybe she takes a break weekend. So let's say 20 days. Let's say 25 days a month. So that's $750 from you alone, dollars. And she has about 20 or 30 clients or more. I don't know what she said. I'll ask her again. So next time I'll be accurate. Let's say she just had 20 clients. That's $15,000 a month. How are you, Papa? How you doing? So how you doing? How was your day? Tell me about it. And this is what she likes to do. She likes to talk and help people. What can I help you do? Were they good to you? Okay. Yes, I saw Papa today. Yeah, he's doing well. He's in feedback. I'll text her. Job done. She's doing what she loves to talk to old people. She loves to communicate with them. So she's doing her passion and getting paid by somebody who needs what she's got. People are working nonstop what they hate to do. They don't even get $15,000 a month. What are you good at? What do you do naturally? What are you an expert at that you would do without even getting a penny for it? If I ask LeBron, he tell me basketball. If I ask Tiger Woods, he tell me golf. If I ask Messi, Messi will tell me soccer. What would you do that you do all day without getting paid for it? But now you're getting paid for it. And that's the greatest job you can get. What do I love doing? I love fixing broken lives. Ask my wife. I can cast out the devils all night. I don't get tired. I enjoy it. I see you free. Mm, yeah, one up for Jesus. I don't get paid for it. I don't care. But some other parts of my profession, I get paid for it. What would you do that you would do with, even in your dream, you can do it? That woman loves people. So you have to have intentionality. These are, I'm closing now, intentionality. You have to be intentional about your life. Where do you want to go? You have to have an awareness about yourself. You have to be aware of who you are. Do you know who you are? Not your degree or your career. What are you? Do you really know who you are? I'm a consultant. I'm a professional. I'm a professor. I'm an engineer. I'm a president of a country. That's not what you are. It's just what you do. What is it that you really are? I was struggling and said, God, you messed me up. I was going to be the world's most renowned professor writing books and doing operations and playing your music. I was going to be the best because I believe in being the best. I was going to write books and put your name there, used by universities. I was going to have my private jets, sought after by the world by as a consultant of excellence. I was going to glorify your name. They told me to go and stop it and go to Bible school. Why Bible school? God, no. Yeah, I did that. I did that. Broken, angry. Because where I come from, I'm a Yoruba person, I'm Ekiti. That's my tribe in Nigeria. And in our tribe, education is very important. A man might not have money to change his car tire, but his degrees, Professor One, Professor Two, so many degrees are his like his clock. So we are kind of trained from without even being told from a childhood that education is so important to you. The degrees you amass is so important to you. So I was gonna get those degrees. Then I was gonna shine. I says, no, I got a higher call in your life. What higher call is there? Then after I'd struggled for years and I got Bible school, God, what am I doing in Bible school, God? Let me go and do my degree. And I'll come back when I'm older and do Bible school. I love the Bible, but let me go and do my no Bible school first. Why? Then go and do a church. Church, why? Then go to marketplace. Marketplace, what? Then after I'd struggled, then go and do life coaching. God, what are you doing? Oh Lord. Then do counseling. God, hey, now wow, what is all this now? Eh? Pastor, straight, you know what you're doing. Doctor, you know what you're doing. What is all this? Then after some time, when I was sat down and I was doing an exercise, it came to me that I fix broken lives, desperate and hungry for change, and I teach others how to do the same. Boom, it made sense. I'm a fixer of broken lives. Whether I use a medical science, or I use spiritual science, or I use skills of coaching, whatever I do, I'm fixing a broken life. And that is the source of my fulfillment. God told me that I should bring man up to his expectations. I should create a spiritual seed free from defilement. It's not the kind of message the church wants to always hear. It's a message of righteousness, of holiness, of being close to God, hearing God's voice, talking to God, walking with God. People don't want to hear that. They want to hear, praise the Lord, it's okay. Just give me your offering, give me your money. Money is okay, it's okay. And then you'll be okay. God is going to help you. I'll be healed in Jesus' name. And then, Pastor, I'm not well. It's okay. You have to have more faith. Just give me more money. So I should have done that. Oh, why was I saying that? So I was saying that, but I'm just saying that we get to a point when even our pastors can forget what they are. The shepherds of the flock. A shepherd tends and cares for the sheep. And we forget what we're called to be. And you have to decide what your assignment is. Is it to become your name up there with all the jets? It's okay to have the jets. If my life gets busy, I'll get a jet. Of course, if I have to fly all the time and get, I'll have to get a jet. But right now, I don't need a jet. I'm not, I don't, because a lot of hassle. But if my workload gets so much, of course, I'll get a jet. I was going to be the highest doctor, highest paid, and have jet. My jet can go anywhere. Doctor, I need you ready in Italy right now. Italy, Rome, okay, I'll be there. Boom, 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 I'm out. I was going to be world renowned. I was going to be sought after, chased up and down, vain. And God knew I was being vain. I just wanted to prove the point, that I've arrived. You know what that means. So I know you're not like that. You're gentle. You're okay. You're not crazy like me. So awareness is that you have to know what's your strength, what's your weakness, what are your interests, what are your opportunities, what does open for you all the time. So that you're aware of where you are today, and then you must have a direction. Last thing I'm going to say to you before I talk about this offer we have, this course, is that this is about direction, your life direction. People who don't know what they would like to do are confused. Say, no, I don't know what I want to do. You're confused. So you need to sit down with somebody. We're available. We can help you. We can help you. We have what's called a clarity call, and it's a complimentary where we can actually talk with you and help you figure out, what would you like to do. People who know what they want to do but don't do it. So you know what God has called you to do, but you don't do what God's going to do. You are frustrated. People who know what they want to do and do it, they are fulfilled. So if you don't know what you really want to do with your life, you have no hopes. You're confused. You just live every day, day in, day out. I'll say it again. But when you know what you want to do but refuse to do it, life will frustrate you. You might make all the money in the world. How it was, that guy is so wealthy, but you're frustrated. And sometimes we compare ourselves with other people. but we don't know what price they pay to get to what they're doing. There's a price to pay. So people have had to have different core values. You have a core value of righteousness. You will not sell your body, not ABCD. That's your core value. But the person who hasn't got your core values, who will do anything for wealth? And you say, they are wealthy, God. Why me now? God, me too now. Why is not my? But you don't know what they're doing to get to what they have. You don't know what they've done to get there, but you envy them. I don't envy anybody because I don't know how you got to what you have. Although I know that people also who get what they have with my core values will have got to go through the pressure because there's a pressure to get to where you want to get to. And that's why sometimes you know what you want to do, but you don't do it. And you are frustrated because you can't stand the pressure that's needed to get there. Core values are good, but the pressure is important. People that cannot take the pressure, they either say, I won't do it, and I get frustrated. Or they say, okay, you know what? This guy's told, what you said, that's Jesus Christ. Just bow and I'll give you what you want. You look everywhere, I'll give it all to you. Just bow to me. Jump off, they'll catch you. He said some stupid thing to him. He said, command the stones become bread. People will say, you know what? That cross, the cross I don't carry, don't too much. This cross, I carried this cross all my life. The cross I'm carrying, this cross I'm carrying is just too much. I don't want to carry it anymore. No more crosses. They cut corners and they have the breakthrough. But they're not fulfilled because they didn't get it through God's ways.